All right, we're going into it. Hello, everyone. Furry suit? No, no furry suit today. Still being made. Those things aren't cheap, and it takes months to ship, so it's gonna take a while. One, you may hear me with a bit of a lisp today. I sound a bit like Mike Tyson, actually, because my jaw is currently swollen. Left side, actually. My tooth is also acting up. It's annoying. Well, it's not my tooth; it's my gum. I think because when I was eating fish, there was like a fish bone, and again, it like stabbed it. So my gum is all like, "Holy shit, foreign invader! We gotta get out of here!" And it's like, "No, no, no, calm down. It's just a fish bone. We we were designed to eat these things." Oh, you thought I've been sucking too much? I've been sucking so much. I got a gap in between my tooth now. I'm pretty sure, like, if you suck enough, right? The people who suck dick the most have the most defined and chiseled jawlines you've ever seen before. So it'd be funny, but in reality, I would be like this. I'd look like this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'd look like this. I'm trying to find it. Fuck! It's all these like stupid emotes. Like, God, where's all the funny emotes, huh? Where are my good emotes? Fuck! Fuck! I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I would look like this. Yeah. So the more dick that you suck, you actually look like this instead. It's actually the way that it goes here. So you would actually look like this. Just straight up like mean mogging someone. Just straight up mogging on people. Your jawline would be so fucking sharp, dude. Holy shit. You would have zero. You know how people go to get surgery, right? They go to get like liposuction in order to get what is it? Buccal fat removal, right? You don't even need that. Buccal fat removal, it costs too much. All you need to do is you just need to start sucking dick on the daily, right? Just find a homie, and just suck it. Find anybody, Everybody's got a penis now. Just suck it, and that's the best part. Is this proven? Not personally. Maybe not scientifically nor personally. Maybe anecdotally. Yeah. I'm in a suit. That's right. We're in a suit today because we're going to be working in a call center today. But before we do that, I wanted to take you all to my workplace. Yes, that's right. I'm going to show you what my workplace is like. I work in a place called North Korea. Some of you have found out my real identity as a North Korean spy. So now I am a North Korean spy. So these are pictures of North Korea that some dude just took with a drone 7 months ago. I didn't know about this post, but somebody reposted it, so I found it off of Reddit. And it's fascinating to me because I didn't think you could just fly a drone into North Korea from China and not have it be shot down. But I guess technically, like it's. I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm sure there's some politics there. The two, like that's kind of crazy to me that you can just sneak a drone into a country that is historically known as a very difficult place to get into, right? So I mean, this is just North Korea, and what's crazy to think about with North Korea is that you never see this side of it, right? You never see the inside of North Korea. But also, like, there's like two sides of North Korea that we know are from satellite imagery and stuff. We know that there's like the rich, fancy side that they show off in like their North Korean tours because you can go take a tour in North Korea, okay? Which is Pyongyang. The problem is that it's kind of like it's just a facade on top of what North Korea actually is like. And so the reality is sort of these buildings behind, and even these ones are very, very fancy because like they have grass on the rooftop. It gets even worse further out that you go towards like different places, and it just looks completely run down. It's strange to look at North Korea. They probably don't be expecting drones there, so they don't have any defenses against. Chat, I'm going to tell you right now, militaries all around the world have been aware of drones for at least a decade. They're aware of it, and they do defend against it for at least a decade. I think specifically it's just because of the relationship between North Korea and like China and like that borderline. It's really, really hard to sort of like not expect, but like it's really hard for us to believe that they'd want to block that. You know what I mean? Like it's not really like a huge issue for them to block China. Like it's not a major deal for them. It's not really important. um, but I'm gonna tell you right now, militaries have known about drones for at least 10 years, if not longer. Like it's been a thing that we've been aware of for a very long time. And this is not like me spouting like hearsay or like me pretending to be like a like a military person. This is from like the various documents that we know of. They've been aware of drones for a very long time worldwide. Like they've been using drones to kill people for a very long time. It's not a new development. The consumer drones came from the military drone side. It's not the other way around. So it's a bit like the internet. We get the internet from the military playing around with it. So that's the way it is. But like, look at this. This is actually kind of, it's weird how like it's just crazy. It's crazy to me that this is like a real place, right? And there are like hundreds of thousands of people living here, like just thousands of hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know the actual population of North Korea, but and they're all just there, but we never get to interact with them. It's like the one place in the world where you never get to see them. And the streets in the middle of the day are completely empty, except for these two people walking here. I was able to find them a bit like a geoguesser. There's literally nobody on these streets, but there's so much construction going on. But there's just nobody here, and the ships are completely worn down. Like it looks so strange. It feels eerie. It I wouldn't mind seeing a Silent Hill set in North Korea. Set. I wouldn't mind seeing I wouldn't mind seeing a Silent Hill set in North Korea. Set. My jaw is hurting. Except for this guy. These two found the drone and they were like, "What the hell is that? Where is that coming from? We've been spotted. Mission abort. We've been spotted." And again, this wasn't because of some official thing. This was just some dude from China who flew in his drone. Because consumer drones, like people really don't believe it, but consumer drones, they're like now the military tech has finally caught up and like has filtered down to the consumer tech. And now we're seeing some of the crazy shit that we can do. And now it's even cycling back into into the military side. So now the consumer side in recent years has gotten so good that it's been cycling back into the military side because now the productization of drones has gotten even cheaper. So it's like starts off going into the consumer side, goes into the military side again. Now you have really cheap ass drones being used for a whole bunch of things, right? Very interesting military use cases. Interesting doesn't mean good. It's still heinous, but it's interesting nonetheless. And this is one of them, where you get enough range to fly from China to North Korea. Now, to be fair, I don't know how far China is from North Korea. I imagine it's fairly close. It's sort of part and parcel with why all of Asia is always in some conflict. But it's I didn't think it'd be that close. And the funny part is that these drones are loud. Like you hear them, and in a normal city center, you wouldn't hear them. In a normal city center, if it's this high up and the camera is of this quality, right? You wouldn't hear it for a very long time. The reason that you hear it so loudly is because of how quiet these streets are. Like the streets are dead. Don't they border? What? I have no clue actually. North Korea and China. Let's see. With, North Korea, China. Oh, they do border, huh? Okay, well, there's your answer. So they're really close. And yeah, see, they have a mutual aid treaty. So again, it's not that militaries aren't aware of it. It's just North Korea and China, like they're very close. They're surprisingly close. But yeah, it's funny because like if you do a drone shot in the middle of like say like a downtown metropolitan city, right? That's like really. I mean, this is North Korea's downtown, basically. But if you did it in a downtown metropolitan city, you would hear you wouldn't be able to hear the drone over all the noise. But in such a quiet place like this, like here, this is a good representation of what it sounds like. Here. Quiet streets, ambience. Here we go. Here we go. This is what it would sound like if you went there and you just stood around hearing the world. Okay, so that's what you would hear. All right. Now you get this. Okay, so that's what you would hear, and we do. I need just drone flying noises ASMR with no music on it. If there's fucking music, I'm going to scream and shit myself. Flying drone sound for sleeping. Flying drone sound for sleep, relaxing, or studying 1 hour. This is like a psyop by like a government. So and then all of a sudden you will hear this. Like you'd be like, what the fuck is that? You would look up too, man. Like what is this? Where is it coming from? What is that? Look up, there's a drone! Ah! Like it's too obvious on these quiet streets. It's way too obvious. Oh man, it's way too obvious. Oh man, why are the streets kind of broken apart if there are no people walking? I think it's because of the land itself. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of seismic activity there, but also like most street damage anyways comes from cars, and like they very often like because it's like you saw it in the previous image where they're mostly doing a lot of construction, right? Like they're still using the streets. So it's like even though there are no people walking because they can't go outside, they're still building up this facade. It's literally them building up this like facade layer for the North Korean tourists. And I'm not even kidding you. That's actually why. Like the main city has this giant facade built up for like tourists. What's funny? What's even funnier is this dude in the middle just standing there, guiding traffic. Yeah, guiding traffic. It's a very busy day today, as you can tell. And then his boss came over and was like, "What the hell are you doing over there? Get over here!" But like, look, these are real North Koreans, and it's wild to me because it's like, man, this may be some of the only images of like real North Koreans that people will see for a very long time, which is weird to me because it's like, how do people, how do you hide an entire civilization, an entire society, right? It doesn't make any sense. How do you do that with no consequences? I see. Look, a bus, cars. Welcome to. I don't actually know if this is Pyongyang. I just assume it's one of their major cities because of this building over here. But yeah, you can go get a tour in North Korea. Markiplier apparently did a tour in North Korea to go visit his family because Markiplier is half North Korean. Well, half Korean, but his mom is from North Korea, which is that's a weird factoid to know about a person online. I feel very parasocial knowing it, but ever since I heard that, I was like, I want to see the documentary, because what happens when you put a really well-known YouTuber in North Korea, right? Because like I feel like most large YouTube channels have one person watching from North Korea. Ah yes, so relaxing. Ah yes, the drone noises up top. Man. And again, it's crazy to know that there's so many houses and this stuff, so many people, but nothing. So many people, so much life here, but just nothing. There's life hidden behind doors, behind walls, behind this visage of a place that actually is something more than it isn't. It's weird to know that. It's not like North Korea is a very small country either. Like it's a pretty massive fucking place with like a very dense number of people. It's just they just don't go outside or something. I don't know. Or maybe they only built up the border for China, and everyone's from the inside. What you've heard, North Korean internet is completely isolated. So if a North Korean is watching, then they're not from North Korea. So I heard that too, but then I also heard that they were able to like smuggle access to it to the outside, because it's not like it's fully isolated. Because the theory is that there's internal lines that you get access to if you're a high ranking officer. Because it's very well known that like North Koreans at the highest levels, they're free to go wherever they want. Like at the high governmental level, you can just go anywhere as like a North Korean. In fact, Kim Jong Un went to, I think, San Francisco for school. So somebody in San Francisco like 20, 30 years ago could have been in a class with Kim Jong Un, which is fucking nuts. Like that's kind of fucking crazy. And so I'm assuming that there's probably lines that actually do go to the country, but the access is heavily locked down. But just like every other, I guess, like system, it's always possible to gain access to it if you know somebody and you pay somebody, right? Like it's not like it's not like this country is immune to corruption, right? It's like every country is going to suffer from some level of corruption. Some of it benign, some of it major. And I'm sure one of the benign but also major things is they're gonna get internet access in places that they shouldn't too. But even then, let's listen. If Kim Jong Un likes basketball and enjoys certain basketball players and wants to host conferences for them, it wouldn't be remiss to believe that some high-ranking North Korean person has like a daughter or like a son who's really into Markiplier. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they probably grew up in the United States doing all of their schooling, and so they probably grew up watching Markiplier. Like, that it's just a reality that like somebody out there is the same age as me, but is living in North Korea as a high-ranking military dictator of like some kind, right? It's a bit weird to think about, but somebody out there is just like me, which is scary. Yeah, only if you're high ranking or like scientists. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, but even then, I'm sure it has to be smuggled because I've even seen like there's like these underground videos, though it's hard to know if it's like real or not. But these are videos where they go underground into North Korea and they go into video shops, and you see like stacks of DVDs of like American movies. In fact, North Korea has multiple instances of this. Even in so there was one director from South Korea who got kidnapped along with his wife to make a North Korean film. It's a very famous film that was filmed in North Korea, and they kidnapped this famous South Korean director to make it, which is like nuts to me. Yeah, you guess would make sense if there was smuggling of this kind. Yeah, especially because it's like a land border. If it was like a water border, like I thought it was, because honestly, I just keep thinking that Korea is like on is on an island, but the only part of Korea that's on an island is by the islands. It's like Jeju Island. But if you have a water border, it feels a lot harder to smuggle things over, right? Because you have only so many ways to go. But it's not like North Koreans are just stuck there forever. Like there's always a story of a North Korean escaping to go to South Korea, and because the South Korean government, I think still does recognize all North Koreans as South Koreans too. It's like if they're able to run away as a person, they're 100% able to bring over goods. Because bringing over goods is way easier than running away as a person with a life. It's so much harder to run away as a person. So if they're able to bring people in and out, then for sure they can bring goods in and out too. Like, look at this. I mean, maybe at this point everyone's left because there's nothing really left. But look, is there someone sitting there? Wait, someone's farming. Like, what's crazy too is that because they have no access to the outside world, right? It's not like any other place. I think nowadays, I don't think there's many places in the world where they don't know about the outside world. How many of these people know about the outside world? Like, how much knowledge do they get to know about the outside world, right? Especially if you're born here. Like, if you come from during the time of the war and then you were there when like both sides split, I think you'd be much more aware of the fact that like there's another side, right? But if you're born here and you're steeped into that level of indoctrination, how do you know that there's an outside world? How do you know that there's a South Korea? How do you even know that there's people outside of the world, right? You don't even know what Chinese is. All you know is Korean. Like, what? I want to get into the minds of these people. And it's so fascinating to me because it's one of the major questions of like, how do you reintegrate like an entire society like this in a way that actually is conducive to all parties, right? Because there is so much that you need to do to try to bring them into the rest of the world. Like, there's so much that you need to catch them up on. Like, do they even have phones? I have no clue. Yeah, I just want to show you my workplace because on Discord, everyone found out that I'm a North Korean spy. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'll be going back to see my boss. He wants to talk to me about my poor performance. So I'm gonna try to convince him that it wasn't me, it's my Discord, and we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping I can sue Microsoft for revealing my information as a North Korean spy. So thank you for watching. This may be my final stream, depending on how my boss takes it. But yeah, it's a pretty fascinating look into the world out there. It's a very interesting place to sort of look into. And it sort of makes you realize that the world is a lot bigger than you expected, or like a lot bigger than you ever think. Especially just in general. Like I tend to forget, right? Like the problems of our life seem so immense, and it's not like they aren't immense, right? They are important. The problems of our life are important, but it also feels myopic in a way. And it's weird how even if you step back, you still feel the effect of what you're going through at the moment. But stepping back allows you to see in a much greater detail what really is and isn't important, right? It's nice to be able to look at the world like this and be like, ah, yes, my life ain't so bad. I don't know if that's like the thing to go for like the messaging, but what I'm trying to say is, all right, life is not simple and life isn't as bad as you think it is, all right? You could be the only Markiplier fan in North Korea. You never really know. We're gonna go on to the segments today. We're gonna be playing some interesting games today. We're gonna be playing some Home Safety Hotline, the Seasonal Worker DLC, as well as another game called Killer Frequency, which has been on the Spooktober list since last year, but it came out in the middle of the year between Halloweens. And when the game comes out between Halloweens, when a horror game comes out between the Halloween times, I sort of wonder what's the point? Because now you've just entered into a realm where it doesn't make any sense. I have some epic music on today. I do. Because today is going to be an epic day. Don't ever say that ever again. Never ever say epic day ever again. That was so cringe of me. Because I also have, but I do have a cool song for you all. It's a song by Jordy Greep called Holy Holy. Actually, I need to get the correct link here. Just give me a second. Dies of cringe. Yeah. Everyone die of cringe. Come on. Everyone die of everyone die of cringe. This song is really, really weird. I don't know how to explain this song, but what I will say about this song is that it sounds completely unlike anything that I've ever heard before. Particularly in the way that the artist sounds. The artist sounds very interesting and very, very different from anything that I've ever heard as well. And I've heard him described, Jordy Greep, as a singer with an accent and a unique musical style that you can't place. And when you listen to their voice, I want you to try to guess where they're from, and I want you to just try to guess like what is going on in the song. And I want you to just listen to the lyrics and try to figure out like what exactly he's like trying to say, because it's a very fascinating song. It's also an incredibly, I think, risky song nowadays, because this song came out maybe like a month ago, I think, or I don't know when, but it came out fairly recently. And to know that this song just came out of nowhere and was sort of apparently making waves, because even I guess like, well, I don't know if Anthony Fantano is still like a major deal, but back in my day, Anthony Fantano was the only way we got fucking music around here. You see, back in my day, we didn't have no fucking radios. That shit was already cringe by the time I was old. So all we had was fucking Anthony Fantano. He'd come online and tell me if I should listen to an album, say a couple of words, and say, all right, this shit looks good to me. So yeah, please welcome. Why am I talking as if it's like a music show? Please welcome "Holy Holy" by Jordy Greep. And again, I want to warn you all, this is a very loud song. Many a music person far greater than I am has probably said before that the loudness war has won. And that's a good example of the loudness war having won. Because boy oh boy, is that song loud as heck. That song never really deviates from a single decibel point of anywhere between, at least at that roughly 75%, 50, that's actually at 50% volume. From roughly, let's say, minus 10 to minus 7 decibels. So the range of that song is like maybe 3 decibels high. It turns out not every song has to follow a very strict guideline of music of sound. Some songs just sound good. The song is interesting. It's a new song from Jordy Greep. He used to be a part of a group called Black Midi. If you guessed he was anywhere but from the UK, you were wrong. He's from the UK. But that's why his accent is so interesting. And it's funny that Wikipedia describes his accent as you cannot place it at all, because it's so true. I listen to his accent and the way he speaks, and I'm like, where the fuck is this guy from? Like, he doesn't sound British at all. He doesn't sound like anything. But boy, oh boy, is that a good-ass song. It's got a lot of interesting notes to it. One, it's got a lot of different styles that sort of flow through it. It feels a bit like a salsa song. It feels a bit like a dance song. It feels like a bit like those, like, very, very fast-paced, like, tango songs, right? It kind of gets you into the mood. The music video sort of shows this, too, and it's reading more about his life. It's fascinating. Apparently, he gave an interview where he grew up with his mom, and she listened to a lot of salsa music, so he hated it. Then he grew to appreciate it later on. It sounds like it could be from a film or a musical. Yeah, I mean, even the lyrics sounded a lot like he was just making up a whole show. The ways that he starts off with, again, he starts off almost very, very, like incredibly spicy, right? All the revolutionaries, all the jihadis know that I am holy, holy. And then by the end of it, you realize that it's kind of just the thing that he's wishing. That's what he hopes for, but he can't have that. It's like a narcissist who wishes that they were more talented than they really were, but who's like yet to achieve anything. So it just doesn't work. Um, Sorry, texting my like wife. She sent me the cutest picture ever. Oh my god, that's so cute. Um, and what you get is this weird sort of like play song. Like the song isn't really about anything except for one person's desire to be sort of like the center of attention, to be so great in everyone's mind, so as to be something. But it ends up being nothing more than just a fantasy, right? And even at the end, he's like asking someone like, "Please, does it cost extra? Can we have more?" My only regret is that in this song is that, and I wish he tickled my brain more. By the end, when he says something, if I say I'm holy, slap my face and then kiss me, he pauses, and I really hope that I was really hoping that he would say slowly, but I'm a sucker for rhyming. Rhyming is a bit like candy to me, and I can't have enough of it. I also want to read you a comment on this song, on the music video for it. Brat summer is over, Greeptober is near. Jeepers creepers. His name is pretty good for that pun, and it's actually fascinating in general just how popular the song got. Well, very unknown he is, which is weird. But apparently, this is his one of his first, or like he recently went solo. He used to be a part of a group called Black MIDI or something, or maybe that's like the genre of music. I wasn't really sure, but there's a genre of new music in the UK that's like popping up called like black black. So it's called Black MIDI music, and the people who like make the songs are called blackers. And I'm like, I don't know if that's, you know what I mean. Like, thank God it's not in America. Okay, like it just wouldn't work in America. The name doesn't really roll off the tongue there, but that's a fascinating music genre too. I have some picks from that as well that I want to show you all some other days, but I'm still narrowing down the list to get a sense of like what the song is before I speak on it. And because I don't like speaking on things in general, but I do like sharing songs. But I want to share like the ones that I really like, and I don't know if I like anything in particular yet compared to the rest. Like I like everything, but some things I like a little more, right? So I mean, and you can probably tell from this channel that I just show you whatever I like, and even if I have nothing meaningful to say about it, I just like to say it, or like I just want you to like listen to it. So yeah, music segments will be back here and there. I just been in a drought of music. It's hard for me to like get into music very, very hard. Like very, very often. Listening to new things, it's a bit like trying new foods every day, or like going somewhere new every single day. You get tired of it, right? Like you get tired of like having something new every single day, which is weird to say, but you almost get exhausted from the amount of effort that it takes to go through it. That sometimes you just want the same old, right? Sometimes I just want to put on like classic like just like boring ass ambient music that I listen to in my childhood days to like get me through like homework. It's just nice. But that's why the music is coming back, because I'm no longer tired, so it's good. We'll be moving on to the games now. I posted the link to the song in Twitch chat. I'm not multi-streaming on YouTube because I need to fix something about my setup to make it more stable. So until I fix that, the YouTube viewers get fucked. Give me a moment to set things up. I'll be right back in just a moment. I need to go check out my gum, okay? It kind of swells up depending on if I hit it too many times, and I hit it a lot. I'm going to go use the washroom as well. If it's fine, I'll continue with the next game. If not, I'm going to call it. So you better hope that I feel okay, because if I don't, you run out of content for the rest of the day. So better hope for the best, right? Hope for the best. All right, everyone, wish me good luck, because otherwise it all goes downhill from here. BRB. Alright, yeah, I feel good. Let's just go for it. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna move into Killer Frequency next. This is gonna be a short one. We won't be able to finish the game in the entire run. We only have about 2 hours left, so I have to go after, because I'm getting pinged on a bunch of things. Just to like help organize. Bachelor parties are interesting to organize for, because especially like I don't know what people want to do for them, and it's also like it's like their party. But there's so much coordination. But like I always hate making plans, because the amount of coordination that you need for a larger group gets very annoying to like deal with. So I just want somebody to give me a plan, and I'll stick with it. Anyways, we'll be right back with some Killer Frequency. BRB. We'll leave it there. I think this game was a good effort, and I think it's interesting on some degree, but I don't know when it starts to get really good, so we'll have to wait until we get to it next time when I have more energy. The announcement, so that link is an announcement that a famous person has died, not literally a recording of them dying, if that's what you mean. Not sure if the announcement itself is real or not. Okay, yeah, if it's not like a recording of someone dying, because it's like the description that the other chatter gave of it was, it's a general announcement on the radio while music is playing, but then they also go, they go, ma'am, keep it calm. I'm getting stabbed. Ma'am, please give us your location. Like that to me sounds like maybe they're linking like a death scream video, like someone's last moments. Like the way that they described it, honestly, sounds like they're describing, and it's hard to get over text, right? It's hard to get over text. What is the quality and like what is the level of sarcasm in the line, right? But me just reading that, I just go like, it sounds like somebody's just dying, and I don't know if I want to listen to someone dying tonight. This isn't really the night that I want to listen to someone dying, if ever, right? So thank you for confirming. Again, it's not because it's you confirming. It's because somebody else confirmed that it's also like just an announcement. So it's literally just an announcement. It's just unfortunate that the description of what it was made it sound way too real. So yeah, I'll listen to it after. But that's it for today. My gum still kind of hurts, so it'll be better by tomorrow, I think. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it gets better soon because the bachelor party is actually soon too. But in general, let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching, everyone. We're gonna play more horror games throughout the entire week, and again, I'm on Monday and Tuesday, so Monday and Tuesday I'll be here as well. Wednesday I'm off, and then Thursday maybe, but consider Thursday to be an off day too. But I don't know how it's gonna go. I'll tell you how it goes by Wednesday nights on the Discord if I'm gonna be streaming on Thursday. So, well, tomorrow I have no clue what we're doing, but we do things the way that I want to. So we're gonna play anything that we want. But there is something that I've been waiting to play for a while. There's also some cool new demos that are coming out that we kind of have to get to because the next fest is starting now too as well. And one of these demos is coming out tomorrow, which is going to be very interesting. It's a game that I've been sort of like looking at for a while. And when they announced that the demo is coming, it popped back up on my radar because it's hard to keep track of a wish list. My wish list is like massive, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Have a great night. And I don't believe any of you. So don't feel like it's something against you specifically. I just don't believe any of you. Also, I wish this game had better. I don't know. Just the sound balance was really painful to get like going. Good night.